Hello. A lot has launched. A lot has launched, and I haven't had time to do videos on everything, but a few of you guys did ask if I could do a video on Psilocybin by bunnycosmetics. I actually did do a video on the new blends palette that I got like right before this, and this was coming in that day. I ended up not posting it. I don't know why. I just didn't, but I figured I will include the clips of like the swatches and stuff like that from that video into this one so you guys can see both, because they're both technically new. But here's Psilocybin, and I'm gonna do a look with this today. This is so pretty. Like, seeing it online I wasn't sure, but like in person, like it's just one of those palettes that is just so much more appealing to look at in person. Like, the colors are actually really bright. Like on camera, it doesn't really like pick it up the way it actually looks in person. It's so pretty. I really love the neutral tones, and I also love this row right here. This whole side of the palette, this is my jam. This is really pretty too, but this is my jam. I also want to say that these shimmers are probably my favorite shimmers that Bun Bunny has ever done. They're so pretty, so dimensional, shifty, like they're amazing. Also, this one right here is the same shade from Makina, that like super like ultraviolet radioactive glowy. Here, I'll do it real quick on my. So pretty. So I'm really excited that that shade is back. But yeah, let's do some hand swatches first. So I'm going to start off with the neutrals row. These are the first four. Just doing one swipes. One swipe. Here is, let me zoom in a little bit. Here's that, and let me add in that other shimmer from the neutral row. They're really, really pretty. Let me get my towel here. Okay, this is the gray row, I'll call it. I have my door open, so if you hear birds and stuff, that's why. Let me add the other one in. Here's the gray row. Look at those shimmers right here. They're so pretty. Okay, now I'm going into that purpley periwinkle row. So it's this one and then these. Like, look at this side of the palette. Like, this right here is my jam. I love it. 3 years ago, it would have been this side of the palette for sure. Like, our love for makeup changes over time. I used to be all about the rainbow palettes and all that stuff like that, and I've just really, really grown to love like more grungier, even neutrals. Whoever thought I would say that, but look how pretty those are together. All right, let me do this orange. And then I'm going to switch to my palm. Here are the orange shades and the two shimmers. Sorry, these ones and those. Super pretty. Okay, last row and doing my palm, which is the yellows and the greens. And these are literally just one swipes. So pretty. I really, really love these over here. So cute. I love the theme. I love the artwork. Everything about this is like super pretty. I love it. I don't know. I have done 2 looks with this palette already. I'll put them up on the screen so you guys can see. But I did dig into the neutrals, and I forget which shades I used for the first look. It was definitely more colorful. But I think I want to lean more colorful today as well, and just do like a multicolored blend with the colorful shades. Like, I want to start with this middle row and kind of just blend these ones into it. So right now I'm going to insert in the clips from the blends palette so you guys can see comparisons to other palettes and just quick hand swatches like I did here. And yeah, and then we'll jump right into a look. So if you don't want to see that, then just fast forward. This is what she looks like. So basically it was revamped and it got a whole top row of shimmers, and the layout is also completely different. Let me pull my palettes out. A few palettes, my chair is getting stuck on a wire. There's a few palettes here that I feel like it's worth comparing it side by side. Let me open up Ellis, which like right off the bat, looking at them next to each other, to me, I can see clear differences. But here, like, they're so big and heavy. I'm just trying to do this without getting my nail in it. So you can see the warm side versus the cool side. So this is what they look like. Looking at them, yeah, they look similar. And like the Ellis has like more like unique tones, like the green roll. So yeah, but I can say that they are not the same shades. See, I got my nail in it. They're not the same shades. I've seen the comparisons. So yeah. And then we have Machina. I think that's how it's pronounced. Love this palette. I hope she brings this one back. So here's Machina and that one. Primal is another rainbow palette from Blend Bunny. Sorry, move my hand. This is awkward because the palette's so big. Surge, which I don't think is similar at all, but Surge is one of my favorite palettes from Blend Bunny. I know she's supposed to bring back a palette, and I'm hoping it's going to be Surge. But yeah, there's Surge. But here's the original blends with the new blends. Personally, I like this format better. They did it this way because if you wanted it like a perfect rainbow, like each shimmer matches each row. Do you know what I mean? So like it definitely makes sense. So here are the first like 4 shades, and they are pinks. There's the pink shades. And then I'm going to grab the other 2 from the second row that are the reds. Wow, that's like super vibrant. Okay, now I'm going to go into the brown row. The browns. And then I'm going to do the oranges. There. I'm going into the yellow row. I remember like back in the day, Maggie had always talked about changing this yellow. So I'm kind of curious if she did change it. It doesn't look like it. As far as I can remember, I'm going to build that yellow up so you can see it a little better. I'm going to go into the greens. This mint green is one of my favorite shades from blends. It was like probably my most used shade, and the teals. The teals are my favorite. Bubble bath, this baby blue right here. And then I'm gonna go into the blues. How am I gonna put this? Put it down here. Wow, the blues are really vibrant. This is like your perfect standard rainbow palette. I'm gonna go purples. Oops. Purple. And these are just one swipe. Only this purple because I didn't swipe it all the way, and the yellow have I went over twice. And then finally the black, gray, and white I'll put on my palm. Here's the black, gray, and white. So you can see it's literally perfect rainbow. So pretty. Figured I would throw in some cell phone footage real quick so you guys could see it with the flash, so you guys could see the sparkles and all that. Look how beautiful. You can see it in low light. Just different types of lighting. I'm actually sitting here and looking for inspiration, and I think I want to do something like this as far as like the style. Hello, zoom. Like that kind of shape, and maybe some graphic liner, but like with all the colors. I did this back in July of 2024, but like the sparklies and all that stuff, like I don't know if you could see it great, but yeah, I want to do something like that with like the shimmers and the way the shape is and all that. So let's get started. I'm trying to grow the tail end of my brow back, so it's gonna look a little messy there at some point. But yeah, I'm trying to grow it back. I don't know why I do this. I want to change my brows, so I shave off the end, and then I'm unhappy with it, and then I gotta let it grow back, and then it just has like an ugly face. Okay, I'm gonna start with like these little smaller brushes to control the top cut, but I actually have to finish applying my base. Duh. Oh, my cat just came in. Hello! Hi, baby. He's a talker. Okay. I think on the top I'm going to start with Intertwine, which is that like dark blurple shade. So, yeah, I'm going to start there. I'm just going to apply that color straight across. I'm just like packing it here, just dragging it along. I want to keep it higher up so that I have more space on the bottom, but I don't want to go too high. I was like looking back on looks from, I was looking for all like the Pride looks that I've done over the years, just for funsies, to see if I can get like any inspiration. And I'm like, damn, like my blends used to be so nice, and now like looking at my work now, it's just like, seems like they're a little messy. Not messy, but like not as pristine as they used to be. I think I'm just not taking my time like I used to. I don't know why I'm like this, but this color is really pretty. Alright, I'm going to take a small little like pencil brush. I'm just going to blend these edges a little tiny bit. Just so there's no harshness there when I pack on the other color. But there's been a lot of launches lately. Let me know what you guys have had your eyes on. I could talk briefly about which ones have been my favorite. Obviously the Bella Beauty Bar palette, the whole collection was just really fun. And then also the Terra Moons new Space Candy shadows. Oh my god, they're Terra Moons. I love everything Terra Moons does, but there's some stuff that I like a little less than others, right? So like her Pastel Paralion or something like that. That one wasn't like a collection that was for me. It was beautiful. Did I use it? Yes. Did I love it? No. Not as much as I like other collections. But Space Candy just brought me back to like the roots of Terra Moons and why I absolutely love Terra Moons. Like her shadows, like the shiftiness, the sparkles, like all of that. It was just incredible. So yeah, this collection had like all of that. Okay, I'm taking the shade Aura. Well, I did Zephyr, and now I'm doing Aura. Basically, these three shades right here. And I'm just creating that blend. But I'm actually going to go back in with Intertwined and build up the depth again. I'm just blending out these edges along my eyebrow. I'm going to use Zephyr again. Just build this over here on the end. Like that. Now I'm going to take Intertwined, and I'm going to carefully create that shape that I originally wanted that kind of disappeared once I added the lighter shades. So I'm just building it back up. These three colors alone, so good. Like the uniqueness of the colors that she puts in all her palettes. It's just, I love it. I love it. That's what I love most about Blend Bunny. Like she does these great colors that like you really wouldn't find anywhere else. then what I would love to see from Blend Money is like a more curated color story. Like this is obviously a curated color story, but it's such a big palette. But I really would love to see like a 12 pan or a 16 pan, like kind of like how she did with that that pink palette. What was it called? It was like that Barbie palette, plastic. I think it was plastic. Like something like that with like a really cool color story. All right, I'm gonna cut this real quick and I'll be right back. Okay, it's looking good. All right, now that I've officially finished cutting the crease, this is how we're looking. So I'm gonna start going in with the colorful shades on the bottom. Okay, I'm starting with the yellow, and then I'm gonna pick up the green. Do I want to do green? Yeah, I'm gonna do green. Then I'm gonna go into the periwinkle, Zephyr, like a smoky periwinkle. Because I do want to keep it a little darker on my lid. I need an actual blending brush for this. Because I need to pick up more. Yeah, that's better. Okay. Go back in with Thrive, the green again. Kind of overlap that. So it kind of just meshes together. Okay, now I'm going into Intertwined. I'm going to start blending this into that. This looks so cute together. And I think I'm going to bring out the like the coral shades out here, maybe. I'm going to create this shape and then maybe I'll like, I don't know how to explain it, but you'll see. And I'm going to start creating my shape right here to define it. Just packing it on. The birdies are out today. I love the birds. Like the sounds and stuff. Love it so much. I do think back to like back in the day, I lived in a town that was very like woodsy out in Long Island, and I had a tree next to my bedroom window, and there was this bird every morning in the tree. It was the funniest thing. Like my ex at that time lived with me, and we would just hysterically laugh because this bird was just like and it would like go crazy, and it was the most hilarious thing. And I haven't heard a bird quite like it since. But yeah, every time I think of a bird, I think of that bird. The bird, it was so funny. I don't know, it was, something was off, or he just like couldn't find his little birdie voice, and he would just shout from the tree every morning. Oh, it was so cute. It was so cute though. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to really define this right here, connect it under there, and then I'm going to take these shades and I'm going to kind of blend it out with that shape. Let me try to cut it off a little bit more. Maybe that's a little better. Just gonna pat my piece there. I was thinking I'm gonna be taking a little bit of orange and plopping it right there, just to add some more, and where it'll kind of, when I put the orangey shades on this side, it'll kind of look cohesive. So just a little bit. I just wanted to test and make sure that this is what I need. Well, the problem I'm having right now is all my brushes are dirty. So I'm just packing psychedelic right along these little tiny edges with this Blend Bunny brush. I hope she brings this one back. Just like that. And then I'll blend it out with like a really small pencil brush. I keep saying blush. Oh my god, I can't talk today. Can I ever? I never can talk. Just like that, carefully not mixing it in with the other colors. I'm just packing it there. Just like that. And then I need a little small blending brush. I'll use this Glaminitrix one, I suppose. And I'm just gonna carefully blend that up. And very lightly along the edge, because I don't want to drag it too far out. I'm just gonna pat it out. Active, which is the yellow. I'm also just gonna pat it along that edge. Kind of just over everything, and it'll literally just blend itself. That's cute. I like it. Now I need something smaller for the bottom. Okay, this is perfect. A little bad to the brow Cleona brush. I want to say blush again. Okay, taking a little bit, and I'm kind of just tapping it down here. See, I went a little bit. The brush wasn't small enough, but that's okay. We're just gonna go with it. All right, I'm gonna take Enzyme, which is the orange, right here. And then Psychoactive. I'm just carefully tapping it on. Like that. This wasn't the plan, but we're just going with it. I'm actually taking this small brush and I'm going back in with that really deep blue shade. And I'm just filling in around the edges to add more depth to there. I felt like it needed it. That's what I do. When I'm like done with the look, I like really analyze it and I'm like, what does it need? Because I felt like it was missing something, and I think that this is exactly what it needed. Okay, I'm doing the liner now, and I'm using literally most difficult waterliner shade ever, because with neons you have to like really build them up and hope that they don't crack on you. Like this one's good, you just gotta really get the right consistency. So I'm just going over everything. I think that's good. I don't think I'm gonna do the top swoop because I just feel like I'll mess it up. So I'm just gonna kind of like do whatever style I be doing today. These little meow 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 meow. I just like love connecting things. It kind of reminds me of like fish gills a little bit. But I'm gonna do the same thing down here. Hopefully without messing it up. And I messed it up. That's okay, I'll just add a little swoop. I think I'm going to do it around here as well. Oh god, that was scary. especially when you don't have the like steadiest hand. I'm gonna have to clean that up, but it's fixable. Okay. Let's, I'm gonna like really clean it up so I can actually see and put my face in the mirror, and then we'll do shimmers. Okay, for shimmers, obviously, I'm gonna go in with this one. I'll put that here on the edge. And I want to use one of the darker based ones. Don't mind my nails. I've been fucking picking at them for days, getting the nail polish off. My anxiety's been like really bad. Let's do ambient or dreamy. We'll do dreamy. I'm gonna take a brush with dreamy and I'm gonna just tap it along here. Let's see if I could like stick it in this little spot right there. I probably could have did the shimmers first, but I wasn't sure where I was going with this. But I did stick to the plan. I'll stick to the plan. Okay, I'm just adding more of that blue. I really want it to pop. I'll do this. Green. Just kind of working it in there. It's nice and shiny. I notice like the more I kind of like rub it in, like the shinier it gets. Look at that. So pretty. I notice like some of the Blend Bunny shimmers really work nicely with the brush. Like I prefer them with a brush. Usually I always prefer my fingers with any shimmer, but Blend Bunny shimmers work really nice with the brush. Okay, and then I'm gonna go in with Trippy, which is that orange shade, and I'm gonna plop it right there. Over where I put that orange. Yeah. Super cute. I also added some orange, not orange, yellow in some spots to kind of like try to make it pop. Ooh. Okay. Going back in with this one one more time, but with the brush so I could really work it in there and like blend them all together. Okay, what I'm also doing right now, I'm loving this new Benefit Bad Gal Hyperliner. I've been using it. It's really good. I am sticking to my contact. I'm just putting a lot of like depth around my waterline and stuff like that. I'm actually going to use Ecosystem, the black shade. And I'm going to just smoke around my lash line like I do with every look. Because I like can't live without doing this. Just like, it just, for me, it's a preference. It just looks better in my eyes. It makes my brown eyes pop too. I like it. Okay, I'm all done. I didn't bother putting anything on my lips besides gloss because my lips are just messed up right now. I forgot to talk about the blush palette. So the blushes are not my cup of tea, but they're really pretty. But the highlighters, on the other hand, so pretty. I don't have highlighter on right now. I wasn't going to bother putting it on, but the highlighters are really, really pretty. I personally am still not over Noctilucent. I love Noctilucent. I have a backup, a brand new backup. But yeah, I will keep in the archives forever. But yeah, the blushes are not really my thing, and that's okay. I'm still happy to have them in my collection. Like, these ones are more my speed. I like just the regular just regular like neutral or mauve type of cheek neutral. But yeah, I love this collection. It's really pretty. I think Maggie and Jordan did a phenomenal job. And yeah, if you want to pick this up, you can use my code STARR on Blend Money's website. I don't have a code with Glisten, but I know that if you're in the UK or Europe or wherever, you can pick it up at Glisten. I'm not sure about Monolith. I don't know, but I know you can get it at Glisten. So there are creators that have codes, so look for a creator with a code so you can save some money. And yeah, thanks for watching, thanks for being here. I hope this video was helpful. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys very soon. Bye.